run, 'cause you're desperate. Oh, here they come for a chance, for adventure. What's your poison? What's your pleasure? Oh, my city, she never sleeps. My city, she never weeps. My city, she keeps me alive. Give it up for my city, oh, oh. Give it up for my city, oh, oh. Give it up for my city, oh, 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 oh. Give it up. My city, my city. My city, my city. Where do you go when your heart's with a fever? When she's cruel, but you won't leave her. Oh, here we are, all the freaks and believers, all the sweet neon dreamers. Oh, my city. She never sleeps. My city, she never weeps. My city, she keeps me alive. Give it up for my city, oh, oh. Give it up for my city, oh, oh. Give it up for my city, oh, 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 oh. Give it up. My city, my city. My city, my city. Give it up for my city, oh, oh. Give it up for my city, oh, oh. Give it up for my city, my city, my city. Give it up for my city, running wild and looking pretty, oh, oh.
Hello, welcome to Gleen Network. I am Mr. Gleen,
And I am Maven.
and today we're going to talk about the AEW Double or Nothing live event party that they had last night.
This was not going to be one of our scheduled streams, but after watching it, we decided we were going to stream it, because...
It was interesting. It was actually pretty cool.
It was. I did enjoy it. I thought I liked some of the up-and-coming guys that we have on there. A lot of them I've never seen before, aside from Chris Jericho, obviously. I'm very familiar with him in WWE. So they announced a whole bunch of people that are on their roster, and we have some storylines beginning to happen and some matches.
Well, the one thing about
have
it,
slightly been announced, I guess,
Yeah.
for the pay-per-view.
and the one thing about this is I think they have a shot at being competitive if they can get a TV deal.
Yeah,
They've got some wrestlers that people know.
yeah,
Just after watching the live event last night, I believe that some of the wrestlers they have signed that people don't know are going to be getting over.
yeah,
Just because they work the mic really well.
yeah,
And so I think that we will see, if people watch it, I think they're going to enjoy it. As long as, the wrestling is good.
yeah. I agree too. So with that being said, I guess we will hop right into the kind of list of wrestlers that have been signed to the company. So obviously we have Cody Rhodes, who is helping, make the company what it is, because it's his company. And then we have Brandy Rhodes, his wife, and she is the talent scout and chief branding officer. And Cody Rhodes is one of 4 executive vice presidents of the company. Then we have Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson, who are the Young Bucks, and they are also executive vice presidents. And then we have Kenny Omega, who is a brand new one, announced yesterday, He is the fourth executive president.
Yes.
Executive vice president.
And he just, according to him, at least at the show, he just signed yesterday. Although I think there was a good idea that he was going to be leaving and New Japan Wrestling and coming to AEW, because that was been rumored.
Yeah.
So
a lot of people were talking about like they wanted to see him in the Rumble because they knew he was going to be leaving New Japan stuff, but a lot of people were like, no, like that doesn't make any sense with the new brand coming out, and like he's close buds with both the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes. So it almost makes more sense for him to go over there to kind of help them start up,
Yeah. Well, I've never seen either of the Young Bucks wrestle.
I have not.
Or Kenny Omega
and I've never
wrestle.
seen Kenny Omega wrestle. I know he's like a big deal, but I've never seen him wrestle. The only one I've ever seen wrestle is Cody Rhodes.
And a lot of that's just because, again, exposure is huge, and if you can get exposure, I think that, which is why I think if they get a TV deal, that they'll be okay, as long as they keep storylines going. Especially right now with the way the WWE is not getting storylines out there.
Yeah. Then we have another big one, Chris Jericho. He was announced like
a month ago.
Something
like that.
And reading, I believe he has a 5-year contract, and Kenny Omega has a 4-year contract, if I remember correctly. I believe that's the way both of their contracts were.
Yeah, I think so.
I believe so. I could be wrong, but It's like a long contract deal, so they're going to be in the company for a long time. Then we have Hangman Adam Page, and I don't know a lot about him. I liked his character from when he came out. I know that much for sure. I think he's going to be one to watch. He might be a big deal. Then we have Pac, who is going to have a match in a rivalry, or is having a rivalry with Adam Page, and they will have a match at the first pay-per-view that was announced yesterday.
And for people that don't know Pac, he was Neville in the WWE.
Yep.
Didn't really get a push, which
Not
is
really.
part of why I think he left. Just based on the character that I saw yesterday, again, I haven't seen him in his current organization, but based on what I saw yesterday, I think that he is going to be really good. He's good on the mic, and I think that he has the potential to be, to really help this organization get over with the fans.
Next, we have Christopher Daniels. He's the head of talent relations. I don't know who that is.
He is part of, and their name escapes me now. The 3 letters that you asked me about.
SCU. SCU?
Yeah.
There we go. Then we have Frankie Kazariani.
I'm not sure how to say his last name.
Yeah. I don't even remember them talking about this guy yesterday, but maybe they did. I think you're right. I believe he is part of the 3
SCU. Yeah.
This is going to take some getting used to. Like, I know people in WWE, but I don't know many of the guys that are in this new up-and-coming corporation, so I'm going to have to figure out who's who.
Yes. Then you have Scorpio, Pentagon Jr., Ray Phoenix.
Pentagon.
Who I haven't seen. I don't know who they are.
Pentagon Jr. and Ray Phoenix.
Yeah.
Phoenix. I believe those are the Lucha Brothers.
Could be.
If I'm not mistaken. They're the Lucha Brothers.
MJF.
I actually really like this guy's character. He came out at the beginning of the show, and I like this character for this reason. He is going to be one that people love to hate. And that's my take on it, because he is such that kind of, like, arrogant, like, cocky persona. And it's somebody that I'm going to enjoy watching because I hate the guy and I want to see him,
Yeah. I liked his character. I mean, he did a good job
I do
with Mike.
too.
He's seems like that he is one that's going to be a good heel. So, Trent Beretta, Chuck Taylor, Jimmy Havoc, Sammy Guevara. He is actually right now the AAA Cruiserweight champion out of Mexico. That was something else they announced, was they have a deal with AAA Mexico where they're going to do cross promotion, and with OEW, which is Oriental Entertainment Wrestling, I believe.
It's OWE, I think.
Or OWE, sorry.
Oriental Wrestling Entertainment.
Yeah.
OWE, I think.
Which is out of China, which is huge because I think it's the first time you'll see big Chinese contingent come and wrestle in the United States. Joey Janela?
Yeah.
Jungle Boy. And a little fact about Jungle Boy for people that watched Beverly Hills 90210, back in the day. Jungle Boy is actually Luke Perry's son.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I've never watched 902.
Sunny Kiss.
I will say, when Sunny Kiss came out, I was very intrigued by his character. I really like his character, even just off of like the short little like mic skills and type promo-esque thing that he did on the mic. I really enjoyed it. So I think he's gonna end up being one of my favorites to watch in AEW.
And then is it Chima? Is that how his name's said?
I think so.
Chima is the one of them that is from China, and he's like real big in China from what they kind of promoted and stuff.
Then we have the female wrestlers, and this is a shorter list. They didn't announce tons, but we have Brandy Rhodes. Obviously, she's chief brand officer and talent scout. Violet Fields Forever says, "OMG, Sunny Kiss, loved him." I did too. I really like his character, like a lot. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what he does. Then we have Britt Baker, who was a big one somewhere else.
Yes.
She was like part of another big company. I'm not sure which one, but she is coming to AEW. Then we have Penelope Ford, another one that a lot of people talked about. And again, I have no idea who she is. I've heard of Britt Baker, but I've never heard of Penelope Ford.
Yeah, we'll have to get up on these wrestlers that, not having seen a lot of these wrestlers
before, because we never really watched any of their organizations.
Well, outside of the WWE, and I just started watching wrestling again in the last 3 or 4 weeks, like consistently. So I'm kind of out of the loop on some of the wrestlers, and then some of these wrestlers I've never even heard of just because they've been in organizations that, again, haven't heard of. But based on what we've seen from reports from watching the event last night, I think that some of these names will start to become household names for people that follow wrestling.
Next we have Aja Kong, or Asia Kong, and I have heard of this chick before. I don't know where. I've heard of her before though. I know who she is. I just don't know where. I can't, off the top of my head, remember where I've seen her at. And you said the same thing. When they announced her and I saw her picture, I was like, yeah, I know who that is!
I've heard the name, but I don't remember where I've seen her.
I don't either. I don't remember. I honestly can't remember if she was in WWE at one point and she had like a small thing there, or what. Like, because honestly, I just can't remember where I've seen her.
Yeah, I don't remember. Then they have Yuka Sakazaki. I think that's her name. Both her and Aja Kong are out of New Japan Wrestling that are coming over here. Then there's Kylie Ray and Nyla Rose.
And they are setting up a thing with Kylie Ray and Nyla Rose for the pay-per-view event, I believe.
It's kind of the way it looks. That's the one thing that I thought that AEW did really well yesterday, was they're starting to set up storylines.
Because they also set up something with the Young Bucks got attacked by the Lucha Brothers when they came out. Young Bucks were like getting ready to leave or something, and they just like they got in each other's faces because they have faced each other before in I don't know what organization it was.
Yeah, I don't know for sure.
But we just watched a video on it. And they had a match with each other, and they were like, the Young Bucks had made a proposition, you can come to AEW. Like, yeah, you're the second best tag team because we're the first best.
I think it might have been the AAA because since they got the cross promotion going on, the AAA wrestling out of Mexico, and so they can, since they're going to cross promote and do some things that way. Then that's why I think that they came from there. So.
Yeah. But yeah, they're going to have a feud and a match at Double or Nothing pay-per-view in May. Then we have some, other roles that have been filled by people. Excalibur, as part of the broadcast team, he was on another, Lucha Libre type show doing commentary or wrestling or something. And so he was a big name coming in that a lot of people looked forward to seeing. Another one is Billy Gunn is a producer slash agent for AEW, which is, you said, well, I guess that means no more DX. And I was like, I guess, because I didn't know he was signed with AEW.
Yeah, me neither.
Or working with them, which I find very interesting. Because I remember he used to work backstage at WWE.
Yeah.
So I find that very interesting.
So then you have BJ Whitmer, Michael Quayeri, Shahid Khan, who is actually the owner, and he's the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, so there's some money there backing him up. Tony Khan, who is the son of Shahid Khan, is the president and chief executive officer. Dana Massey is the chief merchandise officer, and Chris Harrington is the vice president of business strategy. Overall, I think right now they've got a solid roster going. I expect them to probably announce some more people.
I would believe so. I'm shocked. I'm not shocked that we didn't see Dean Ambrose, because he's not done with WWE yet.
Officially
released and stuff. But I won't be shocked if he does show up in the next couple of months after his contract expires.
I think after WrestleMania you could see him sometime around that time frame.
Yeah, if he decides, I'm going to go and do AEW. There's also been talk of another big wrestler, while they're still in the company. There's been talk of another big wrestler. There hasn't been any names thrown around or anything, but just a big one on the main roster right now who has been offered a contract from AEW, and so, shots have been fired. They're not wasting any time trying to get talent in there, whether they're working for WWE right now or not. They want people.
Yeah.
So.
And I think the key over the next 3 months leading up to their pay-per-view is going to be signing a TV contract.
Mm-hmm.
Once they get that done, I think they can be seen as legitimate, and then they can start to put together programs where people can actually watch and see their brand, see their see what they're going to be all about.
Yeah.
And just based on what I saw, just on the live event yesterday, I think, like I said, I think they got a shot just because. If they create the storylines like they were yesterday, I think they got a legitimate shot of being I don't think they'll ever overtake WWE, but
I don't think so either. But I think they could be.
They could pull some fans out of it, and
they could be pretty big.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much everything on AEW. The live event last night. Lots of people were announced. There were some matches set up. Some feuds that they're getting going. Now on to some other rumors, news, new events. The Undertaker has he's taken all WWE related. Oh yeah, look, there's the Undertaker. There he is behind us. He has taken all ties with WWE on his social accounts off and replaced them with an email. For or in an agent thing, like for being like a free agent, I guess.
Yeah.
So is that the end of WWE for him or what? Now he currently is not like scheduled to be at WrestleMania. He currently doesn't have any events in the near future surrounding WWE. So I don't know what that means for him. Does that mean that he's going to be leaving WWE?
Well, he's old enough now. I mean, he could go retire or something.
He could.
So I don't know what, I mean, it's
a big deal because he's been
part of WWE forever.
Yeah.
And he's been part of like WrestleMania since like, forever.
Forever. And if this is like the first WrestleMania that he's like not going to be there, but it wouldn't be shocking just because he is old and he is getting up there to where he's not going to be wrestling all the time. But also last year at WrestleMania, he left his gear, or 2 years ago. I don't even remember what it was, if it was last year or 2 years ago. He left his gear in the ring, his coat, his hat, his like gloves. He left them in the ring. So it wouldn't be shocking if he's done. But at the same time, it's like, it's kind of just a thing where he shows up at WrestleMania now because he has over the, last, however many years. So it would be different.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with him. One other thing that we know has happened is...
there's another match
yes.
set for Elimination Chamber. We have Ronda Rousey and Ruby Riott. Their match has been announced as of today, I believe. They're going to have a match for the title. They had the kind of thing on Raw where Ruby Riott was going to go after Rousey, but then didn't, so it just makes sense. But she's not going to win.
No.
I don't see the Riott Squad winning, because that would just screw up everything for Becky and Rousey at Mania. So,
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know what'll happen there. As far as like what they're gonna do with that storyline, it's gonna be short lived. But we'll see what happens. I'm expecting Rousey to win.
Me too, because I don't see her losing the title before Mania. I don't think they do that. The other thing is kind of going along with Becky and Stephanie McMahon. There was kind of some talk and some things thrown around. I believe there was something on Wrestling Inc. Something, we watch just kind of to get more news. There was something talked about how Becky versus Stephanie could be in the foreseeable future, like after Mania, like set for SummerSlam. But, again, nothing is confirmed. Everything can change. And I was just thinking, how would they do that? Like, she goes, they give her, they say, fine, go, do the title thing. They aren't expecting her to win or something, and then it just kind of comes back to, like, bite her in the butt. I mean, I don't know.
The thing is, I don't know. I mean, WWE right now, their storylines aren't good.
Which, it makes no sense to me on how you would even put Stephanie McMahon in the equation.
They've put no thought into anything they've done. So I have no clue what they're doing. I mean, it's kind of... Who knows?
I mean, unless she didn't win the title at Mania, and then Stephanie McMahon comes back with, I told you so, you should have gone and got checked out, you're like, it's the reason you didn't win, and then that starts something with, you didn't want me to win from the start, and then they go back and forth, I honestly don't know how that storyline would go. And then the last item of the evening that I think we'll talk about is Brock Lesnar and his upcoming WWE schedule. So he is not scheduled to be at Elimination Chamber. He's not scheduled to be on Raw this week or after Elimination Chamber. He's not scheduled to be at Fastlane. The first appearance that we will see him at, I believe, March 18th episode of Raw in Chicago, Illinois. But he's not scheduled for any shows before WrestleMania aside from that. And I'm not shocked at all.
Yeah, I don't even know why this is news.
So,
Because this is kind of par for the course, so it's not like this is anything new, so...
I mean, I don't know. I'm just over Brock Lesnar.
I've been over him for a long time, so again,
Me too.
it goes back to the storylines that they create, and if they're not creating good storylines, and so.
And quite honestly, I would love to see Seth Rollins win at Mania, but right now, with everything they're doing with Lesnar, I doubt there's like maybe a 0.5% that Seth Rollins will win at Mania, and the other 99.99999% is going to be Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. I agree.
And it's not going to be the main event.
Yeah. But we'll talk about that as we get closer.
So.
Because a lot can happen. Someone can get hurt. Things could happen. So we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
See, I just said see what happens several times there.
See what happens. 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 See what happens.
Yes, definitely. See what happens. I think that is probably all we have to talk about tonight. Next stream will be Monday after Raw. I may stream something on the new football league that kicks off tomorrow night, or tomorrow in the afternoon, and talk about it a little bit. So we'll see what's going on. So I may see you tomorrow. Maven probably won't
see
because
me. I don't follow football.
She doesn't even know what football is.
I know football. Throw the ball.
Yeah.
Catch the ball.
All right. So if you like
Touchdown!
this, give us thumbs up. If you don't like it, give us thumbs down. Tell us why. Be specific in why you like it, why you don't like it. Tell us what we can fix. The only way we get better is by having people tell us what we need to do. What you would like to see changed, what you'd like to see added, anything. Just try and entertain you.
Make sure to subscribe.
And then make sure to subscribe.
And you can check our page as a whole out on Twitter.
Yes, I am on Gleen Network.
At Gleen
Network. Start getting some of that information out there.
I was going to say, my Twitter will be up sometime.
So
maybe in the next week.
All right. So I think that's pretty much it. We'll see you Monday. I may see you tomorrow. Peace out.
Bye, guys.